With the nose ring.
You don't have to sit on your mommy's lap.
Big baby.
This is so pretty. It's like,
She is
I see
beautiful.
one person in.
Be like, say you vomit them.
That's your guys are so cute. You finish each other's sentences like, she.
Guys, let me expose this babe. This babe is not romantic at all.
How old were you when you got pregnant?
I was 16. No, I was 17. I had my baby right after secondary school. My mom had gone to his family and said, okay, so your son and my daughter, and he was like, no, it's not him. It's not you, Abi. When I talk about my mom, I get emotional. So I don't want to talk about my mom, really.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Get yourself together.
The hurt I felt with church was how they treated my mom. My mom never really found herself after that. At the time, she was advised to resign.
Because of you?
Because she had a daughter who had teenage pregnancy and...
That do me. Say now you get the female voice when they there. Not true.
Now me,
Now your voice.
now my voice.
I hear, see.
No, sit talk is cheap.
Jesus.
I know you are tempted to roll with me. Me, I know be the busybody way you sing. What a man can do, a woman can do so.
I didn't make any money because at the
What?
time, imagine you hearing your voice and you're in Onitsha markets and you're telling them, oh, it's my voice, and they're looking at it because who are you?
Did you ask questions? Did you ask why credit was not given to you for the song?
Uncle Chris had called me and told me that they were going to SA to shoot the video in 2 weeks.
Welcome to the Honest Bunch podcast. Thank you so much for your support. Every Monday at 6 p.m. you're there. If no be sabi wicked person, I for cry because come on, we appreciate you. Thank you for making us Africa's leading podcast. Not true now. Men lie, women lie. The numbers don't lie. Check the numbers. Now check it. We hope that as you watch every episode, it impacts your life, most importantly, because the very essence of having conversations like this is so that you can improve yourself and develop yourself. Thank you so much. God bless you. We get updates. We know they hide them because we know be wicked people. And like I always say, laugh info. Make I start with CDK. When I know say my voice not really good like that, I for just sing. But with CDK, things are made easy for you. If you want to buy your gadgets, if you want to buy your appliances, it's CDK. And you know, say now, installments now, at the midpoint of your payment, the midpoint, you don't need to finish. Midpoint, they'll carry the thing, can't give you. And at the same market price, they don't go talk, say, okay, after all, we are making it easy for you. It's an installment, so add something. No. Now, that same price, they will not cheat you. See the care. The care is for you. Mwah.
I want to sing my own. You will understand why I'm singing by the time we start this episode.
Wahala.
Resida, you have 150K that you're not using to do anything. Don't spend it on that gear. Use it and do land banking.
Don't spend it on that girl.
Yes.
Wow.
Any girl that does not encourage you to use your money and invest, that girl is not a wife material.
Umunna clock
Leave
it.
her.
Thank you.
So, Resida, reach out to them, landed properties, invest your money wisely and you have returns.
Ladies and gentlemen, introduction of the amazing quartet. Thank God we are complete. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Let me begin with the last born of the Honest Bunch. Omoti, Momsi, Toto, Momsi, Momsi, Leti. A body with the fear of God. Once she says yes, stop. Many people focus on the screen because she brings the boys to the yard. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful, delectable, drop dead gorgeous. A lady that is capable of spinning heads and breaking backs. The one and the only, Daitiko!
Hi, chummies. Salam alaikum. I come in peace.
Clock it. Ladies and gentlemen, the first daughter of the Honest Bunch podcast, Abia State Achara, Unsuka Okpa, Edo State Palm Oil, Abakaliki rice without stone inside. What is better than having one Nigerian woman in a space? Having two beautiful Nigerian women, super intelligent, Adazulezu, www.asankpokoto.com. The beautiful, delectable, win one, light has come. One, first daughter, 001, by the special grace of God.
Incoming!
The one and the only, Zidi Posh, Mama. Isokwa. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, if you're Gen Z, focus on your screen. I always tell you people to speak to your uncles, aunties, older brothers and sisters who are millennials. Ask them about people who have made impact. In Nigeria's broadcast industry, this man is a shaker. In Nigeria's broadcast industry, this man is a record breaker. At a point when if you don't speak spree, you would not gain employment. This man came from Ibadan and said, no, Abinibi is different from ability. I am who I am. You cannot change me. I will not go to your poho. I will not bend because of anybody. And he stuck to his guns, creatively brought charm and charisma to the industry. And today, there are many people benefiting from it. We give and cut our cap to the ancestor, the one and the only Daddy Free!
Thank you.
You're welcome. And yours truly,
Husband material.
It's okay, don't go there. God resists the proud.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Father. Keep my shoulder down. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest, if not be the way when we say things day, we suppose kick out. Because this our guest, not the waka anyhow. She's like a blue moon. Once you spot her, you go know say something special don't come. Every time I speak about Nigerian women, I say we have had our own fair share of great women. I don't want to go through the litany of names of women where we say don't impact our society and history go there very, very kind to them. She's a nightingale. Oh, I'm sure if they take attendance in heaven right now, in the angelic department, one angel is missing. If police use her voice and she say, freeze, put your hands up, you're under arrest, many people gonna shout, take me away. Because her voice, they angelic, like the orchestra of the saints. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Waje, I know, Vivian, Ebele, Irobeke,
Waje, baby.
Government name, I love it.
You're welcome.
See, you know what's going to happen now? Me and you go sign deal. Anywhere where they go. You go to introduce me before I come on stage.
Once I collect permission from my wife, it's not a problem.
I beg. I don't want for a small fee. I will not give her 1% of my performance fee.
Okay, yeah, I mean, baby, if I'm coming home, you know how you like your small chops. I will buy it for you. So, you get one thing when I don't hear, and I say, any day when I see Waje in person, I must ask her. Even though words are not just enough.
Yeah, yeah. So, wait a minute.
They say, that smashing single in the 2000s, when P-Square dropped, when the whole world shake, that do me. Say now you get the female voice when they there. Not true?
Now me.
Now your voice?
Now my voice.
I hear, see.
No, sit talk is cheap.
Jesus.
I know you are tempted to run with me. Me, I know be the busybody way you sing. What a man can do, a woman can do so.
I heard that your house in Lekki, you bought it with that money from that.
See, let me tell you the things I heard about myself. So I heard that I was a woman living in Bagada with my husband and 4 children.
Wow.
And I heard I was from Kenya or South Africa. I've heard different things about me at the time that song was out. But I was just a young girl in the East trying to survive.
Really?
Yeah.
But you must have made a lot of money from that song.
In my mind.
So wait, before you tell us what happened for your mind and the money, you said you were a young girl in the East. Tell us how it happened.
Okay, so I was signed to a record label really young at 18. Yeah, I was in the choir in, what's the name of the church again? I was a church secretary at the time. My salary was 1,000 naira. I was very young. I hadn't even gotten to university then because, you know, I'm a young mom. I had my baby right after secondary school. So, you know, I stayed away from school for a while. I got into school in 2000. So I met Chris Madubuko and Pastor Ansley Madubuko's younger brother, who is, I call him my mentor because the Waje you see now, he gave me the platform to be that. I was singing in the choir. He had just, I think he used to live in America because you hear Uncle Chris's accent. You check it. So he said, I'm starting a label and I want you on the label. I want to sign you. And my mindset was, no, I'm good with singing in church. I had the natural trajectory of what I thought my life should be after school, get married, have kids, and just sit pretty and be beautiful and, eat my husband's money. It's not a bad thing. So, but that didn't happen. And he explained to me, he said, God gave you a gift, so why don't you use it? So I got signed. And one day I was in his house and I saw Omogemi on Channel O. And I just liked how expressive, and my background in music, especially in Enugu at the time, ballads and mid-tempo music wasn't really it. If you weren't singing a hot hit that had heavy percussions or high life or very traditional music, you really didn't get any airplay like that. So I thought that was audacious for them. So I wanted to do a remake, a version of my own. So I did mine and titled it Bobomi. And Uncle Chris sent it to them and they loved it and put it on their remake album.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So when it was time to do their next album, coincidentally, we were in Lagos and that's Uncle Chris and I were in Lagos, and they were like, okay, Waje, we want you on this song. And I went into the studio and we did it. And really, that's the genesis and to the end of the whole Waje and Do Me. But the thing about it was, when it now came time to do the video, I had moved from Enugu to Onitsha. I studied in UNN, right? So my mom lived in Enugu. My mom lived in Onitsha. My mom's sister lived in Enugu. So I had gone to my mom's, she lived with, my parents are separated, so my mom went back to her father's house. So I went there, and they had called, Uncle Chris had called me and told me that they were going to SA to shoot the video in 2 weeks, but I didn't have a passport. So what I was told at the time was that I wouldn't be able to get a passport and a visa in 2 weeks. So I couldn't make the video, right? And it's not how the industry is now, that you can actually shoot videos in different locations. I guess if we knew then, we would have taken advantage of that, but we didn't. So in my mind, I was just like, okay, I can't do it. I moved on with my life. I didn't even really understand how big the song was. I was just a young girl who was really hungry to, push herself out there. I didn't even know that the song would overtake Africa and there. So imagine you hearing your voice and you're in Onitsha markets and you're telling them, oh, it's my voice. And they're looking at it because who are you?
How old were you at the time?
When the song came out, I was 20. When did it come out? 2004. 2004. I was 23. I was 23. 23. I was 23, yeah. So when, in my head, it was really, you understand, I didn't really send, I had done one. I was trying to see how we'll move on to the next one, if that makes any sense. And there were quite a number of opportunities that came from you, but because I wasn't fully equipped, and I don't think the record label at the time was also fully equipped to push an artist like me. Like Chimamanda, at some point, a few years down the line, wanted me to do her very first book read in the UK. She had invited me to come and see, because her brother and I are friends. We went to the same school. We went to Suka. And he had always talked about every single road show or every concert that UNN had, I will be there. I didn't have a song to sing, but I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. Without instruments, without nothing, I'll go there and sing a cappella. Shall just know that I am an artist. That's how my mind worked. And she contacted me and wanted me to do her book read, but also I didn't have a passport. I didn't have you understand? And I didn't ask questions on how to do things like that. My record label, I'm not sure it was also, but eventually we did, but the opportunity had passed. So
interesting.
But they didn't give you credit for the song. Even, you said that you couldn't go for the video. That's excusable.
Yeah.
But not giving you credit to the song.
Yeah.
Making you have to tell people, oh, that's my voice.
Yeah.
Did you pursue it? Did you ask questions? Did you ask why credit was not given to you for the song?
Or because you made money from it, the credit didn't really matter?
I didn't make any money because at the time, no. At the time, I'm not sure a lot of artists were fully equipped with the information of what royalties and, what your fair share should be. You don't enter studio, you don't do the verse, you don't move. That was it, right? So I don't know if there was any exchange in finances or anything like that. Not to me. I don't know. And well, I was signed to a record label. So if anything was exchanged, it's definitely not to me, right? Now, with regards to records and credits, rather, if you, yes, down the line, you would see featuring Waje when Waje started becoming prominent. I can't remember if it was from the onset. I'll be very honest with you. But I can tell you that maybe if, during interviews and there was there's a young lady in Enugu, because I actually opened for them when they came to Enugu to do a show.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually opened for them. So I knew they respected my talent. I knew they loved me as a young woman who's thriving. Jude is like a big brother to me. So even when I moved to Lagos, there were times Jude wasn't my manager, but there were times when I would call Jude up and tell him, this is what I'm going through, and this is what I'm going through, and I need a way to navigate it. As a matter of fact, I Wish, which is one of my biggest songs, was recorded in their house.
I wish that I didn't have it.
Yes, so I
recorded in their house.
Yes.
Yeah, they have a studio in there. I think in Omole then.
Yes, they had a studio
in their
downstairs.
house, yeah.
Me, Muna, Peter, Kafi was there. We were all outside chilling, and I wanted to use the restroom. So by the studio, if you remember that, it frees. But the studio, then for walk further down, there's the restroom.
There.
I heard Papi J with just like producing the beat, and I just went in and told Papi J, if you don't record me now, everything that's in my head will go.
Wow.
So he just, I said, just press record. So I did the chorus, and I didn't write it down. It was freestyled. I did the verse. Then I called them in. I was so excited. I called them in and said, come and hear what I just did. And as Muna was listening, Muna was writing the second verse. And I finished the song in less than 2 hours. We had finished that song. The next day I came back to revoice, and I kept on, revoicing, and Jude passed and he looked at me and said, what are you doing? I said, that yesterday now, we had a lot to drink. I felt like my voice wasn't. You say, if I slap you, you will leave this place. You want to spoil better song we don't already do. And so that's to show you the kind of, we always maintained a great relationship. But maybe if in interviews or as they were pushing it, or maybe if I had, the knowledge to say, royalties, what I should get from this, I would have been able to earn from it. But nah, it's just what it is today. Waje did do me, and that's what it is.
I think the good thing is, you have the opportunity to tell your story.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's important that, millennials like us, know people who contributed to that smashing hit single that rocked the whole world.
Thank you.
I doubt whether anybody no dance to that song.
Absolutely.
Do me.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask one question. I'll go ask the question.
Oh yeah, sir.
You be like their sister. I know say they get sister or sisters, but me will say now you be their celebrity sister because you have said that Jude is like an elder brother.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you, what do you think about the fallout?
I try not to have opinions about these things because I have a family. I have siblings. And I can promise you that sometimes you can decide the kind of friends you want, but you can never decide the family that you come from. So being fully grounded in families, understanding that they would always be different from you. And sometimes you have to make the decision to say, you know what, I can love you from afar, or I can love you close. So I try not to. It's easy for us to look at it holistically from the outside and have an opinion. I say, no, because you're blood, you're supposed to, or because you're blood, you're supposed. So I usually try not to. It is in our best interest as their fans if this was resolved, but we truly can't have an opinion because we don't really know the crux and how it hits each of them individually, especially as fully grown men and men with their own families.
Interesting.
One thing you need to know is because I'm very close to both of them, and I'm very close to, not very close, I'm close enough to Jude and Paul, and very close to Peter.
Yeah.
I tried as much as possible to stay out of it.
Oh, yes,
because,
absolutely.
like you're right.
Absolutely.
Family. I've talked to both parties.
Yes. And when you look at it, you can relate to when this one tells you that you relate. When this one tells you relate. So you understand. So the only thing I feel people can do, especially for people like you who are close, is just to offer support to the people
both parties.
to both parties and let
try
it,
to mediate with wisdom.
There you go. So that's where I don't have an opinion about it. To be honest.
So speaking about family now, you know, when you were speaking about how you started, you mentioned that your parents are divorced.
Yeah.
You know, for somebody who is very outgoing and expressive, independent minded, what was it like dealing with that situation?
Wow, it was intense looking back now. As a young girl, so my dad is late. May he so rest in peace. He died in 2001, I think. And we didn't have a great, 2002. We didn't have a great relationship till 2 years before he died. And I think that God kind of kept him alive those 2 years for us to mend our relationship. He had always been in my life. We'll talk, he'll come to the house, we'll do, you understand? But I had some kind of resentment for some of the decisions he made. Because I personally felt like if my father made certain decisions, the grass to grace story would have been from grace to greater grace. Do you understand what I mean? But I had proof to see that my dad kind of dropped the ball in a few things that now eventually made life a lot more difficult for me, right? And that 2 years before he died was our mending or our healing. And I was more comfortable when my father would visit, because before, when my father visited, I would even get angry that he didn't tell me that he was coming. And that anger wasn't because I like people to tell me that they are coming. That anger was so that I can find a way to stop him from visiting, because I just didn't want to deal with how my emotions or whatever feeling I was feeling when he came to see me, if that makes any sense. And I really never went to see him, except maybe he had something, because my father, he later became a pastor, you know. But in terms of how that affected me growing up, I became a non-confrontational person and will implode. Because so many things that I saw my dad and my mom go through, I couldn't voice it. I couldn't vocally speak my mind, because I don't know why. First of all, my mom is very quiet. Now she's not too. Now I'm like, where is this woman? I don't recognize you. But my mom is very quiet. So there were so many things my mom will not tell me that I will see. And how to manage that as a child, you don't quite know. And my dad too is not exactly very vocal. You understand? So I imploded a lot. I was very detached. Emotionally very detached. I didn't know how to keep friends. I didn't know how to make friends. You know, my daughter would say, "Mommy, you're not romantic." I know what she means is that you seem like you lack compassion, but that's not true. I just know how to just be and just stay in my, even if the thing is killing face. Yes, even if so it's when people meet me, they are like, "Oh my God, Waje, you're so amiable. I didn't know that." I say, I don't know. I can't be going. You do not decide like this now, you know. But I don't know how else to show that I'm actually a great person, you know. So I feel like growing up, so many of the decisions that I made, even in relationships, were based on what I thought I saw versus what I experienced, and how the people and the adults around me helped me navigate that. So I guess, I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah, it's...
Your dad didn't have the opportunity to see the Waje, the first song that came out?
No.
He did?
He did. He died in 2021.
Oh, I thought you said
2001. Sorry, 2021. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Well, that's just
Just recent.
So,
right.
How did your dad and your mom support you when they knew that you wanted to go fully into music?
It wasn't really their say.
Yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't. First of all, I'd always been a child that I was on scholarship in school because I could sing. I went to Word of Faith group of schools. The late Archbishop Benson Idahusam, may so rest in peace, was like my dad. And I was way young. I was 13 when I joined the praise team, because his wife, the bishop, Margaret Idahusa, she heard me sing in an evening service, and she asked my integrated science teacher, who is my vocal coach, or who was my vocal coach? Who is this young lady? And she said, oh, her name is Vivian. She's in JSS 3. She says, put her in praise team. And that's how I joined praise team.
Wow.
And I was 13. at the time. So my parents, you not get how go no say music na the open door for this speaking. So they didn't quite have a say. And then when I got pregnant and moved out of Benin because of all the backlash and all that, I started staying with my mom's sister. So most of my decisions, and also because in a way we judge our parents, let's be honest. I don't know about you, but we judge our parents. And I think in many ways I had judged my mom to a point that many of my decisions, I didn't ask her opinion about it because I just felt she lived a certain life. Like why she's a woman that is so beautiful, but you just settled. That was what was in my mind. So I just felt like my first time in the university, like my first admission into the university was English, but because my mom studied English, I didn't go to school. I wrote another jam. Yes, that's how much I judged my mother. Wow. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I didn't really go and ask her opinion about what I wanted to do at that age. I was just working in church and sang in church, and somebody saw me. I didn't ask anybody any question. I signed the deal, and later I now regretted. I wished I asked people questions because it was a 5-year deal. No, it was a 10-year deal, 10-year, 5 albums.
Jesus.
Wow.
10-year deal, 5 albums.
Okay, so, I don't want to ask. Fine, finish.
So by the time I was done with the deal, I was already 28, and I had moved down to Lagos. I was trying to figure out my life, and we weren't. You understand the label and where my mind, because now you're in Lagos, you're more exposed. I've done MTV Advanced Warning, Daddy Freeze, you remember that show? And I had already now started seeing the life of what an artist could be. You're pairing me with Durella, you're pairing me with Pipe, you're pairing me with, I'm like, okay, these are people that already have a fan base and I want what they have, So at the time, that's why when I see young people who get upset or cry about their record labels, I understand. But I am also compassionate to the record labels as well, because the person who is investing in your business is thinking, I deserve returns. Nobody invests in a business without thinking that they are going to get profits. So you will be sitting on the side of Dululu heaven if you think that the person is supposed to be a charity organization that will save you from grass to grace. But I didn't understand that concept. And at the time, I just felt, you guys are not moving as fast as I want to move, so I'm not going to renew. So if you, For a Minute came out in 2009, I think. I was 28 at the time. So in my mind, I'm just like, I'm a late bloomer. So people hear me say things like, I'm a late bloomer, because you hear Waje's first single and you're thinking, oh, how old was she? She was probably young. I had sat in my middle 20s when people started focusing and noticing me, compared to people who started at 18, 19, 20, 21, if that makes any sense. So, yeah.
You said something about you being a compassionate person.
Yeah.
And being romantic. I'm going to touch on both. And I'm going to start with my first experience with you. I used to think you were very rude. And I remember reporting you to Omaomi then.
Yeah.
That this your friend is very rude.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because Daddy Freeze, you broke my heart.
Oh.
I will send you to my food chest. Okay. My 32 double H.
Okay, let's hear it.
So now, I know it wasn't intentional, right? But at the time, I used to feel sidelined a lot, right? And because Omaomi, who is my best friend and somebody that I love in the industry, at the time, people used to put us against each other, right? So it kind of seemed like it's, even when you're with us, you're supposed to compare and choose. And so we were at an event. I don't know if you remember. And of course, she's your sister now, so Daddy Freeze don't hail her. Then he can't hail other people, then he can't forget me for there. So when he now cited me, I don't know if you cited me or if Mommy told you Waje was there, he now say, and Waje, he hurts me. I say, where the accolades now? Daddy Freeze, why not hail me like your guy the way you hail other people? You understand? So I was wrong because, first of all, you're older. Second of all, whether I like it or not, you have also added value to my craft and my music, because we'll come to you. You would, when we're breaking out any new song, but I should have handled it better and told you, Daddy Freeze, why me now? What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Or even if it wasn't, because sometimes even now I realize that there are times when people have that impression of me, and that's not what I meant until you come and meet me and tell me, Waje, you shouldn't. Why did you sideline me? Or why do you? I'm not like, my sister, I didn't see you. My brother, I didn't see you. So that was really the crux of it too.
Are you serious?
I swear down, it wasn't anything else.
Okay,
so,
let me apologize for 20 years ago.
But you had already apologized.
Now,
and you remember how we got back to...
I don't remember. I know that it was Omaumi's.
Yes, it was Omaumi. But first, I saw you... hey, what's this other side? When you're coming from... is it Qatar Bridge? But all the way down to Ikoyi.
Yes.
You were driving your Range, and then I was in my CRV of many years ago, and I saw you, and you looked at me, and I'm sure you were like, see this weary girl, and I said, Daddy, please bye-bye. You now smiled and waved at me. And so for me, that was when. But I know that when we're in New York, Mommy carried me and say, Freeze, now your sister be this. So,
and
yeah.
At that point in that New York event, you might not remember, but it's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
You were performing alone.
Yes.
And you took off your shoes.
Yes.
And you owned that crowd.
Yes,
That's
did.
when I realized that this girl, my anger with this girl is not letting me see the embodiment of talent that this. As she just took off her shoes and stayed, and the whole crowd went
crazy.
Wild.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's come back to your romantic. Sorry.
You
vex.
mentioned friendship in the industry. I'd like to ask a few questions.
Okay, ask. But I want to hold you on that romantic.
Okay, good.
No. Finish.
Okay,
Very important.
So, you mentioned about your relationship with Omaumi, and it moved me to ask. I mean, you've been in the industry for a long time. Mm-hmm. What do you think about friendships in the entertainment industry? Do you think that most of these things that we, the fans, call friendship is not actually friendship?
What do you mean? Like, what do the fans call friendship?
People that wrote together. People that do a lot of stuff together, like you and Omaumi would say are friends. But there's also been people that we assume that they wrote together, and lately we've seen that,
The truth is, when two individuals decide that they're going to be in each other's company, I know why I'm your friend. You know why I'm your friend. As you journey, right, there are times when things will make sense, and there are times when things will make sense. The Omami and I you see now is at the time when, what you people call, are they true or rolling together? We've had issues where we no talk for like almost a year. Oh yeah.
Waje and Omaumi.
Yes.
No talk for almost a year.
Yes. We got agreed to. We got agreed, but you know that bond, that hearts, that sisterly, talk. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, we don't give grace to it. We don't give grace to feel what we feel. You're a human being. You ought to. It's okay to quarrel with your friend. So what you even when the fans try to take the narrative and knock people's head together, it doesn't mean anything, because at the end of the day, if 2 years down the line you guys find your footing again, it doesn't stop you from being friends, except you are among the evil ones. There are some that don't want the best for you. What's friendship? Friendship is when you see somebody that you can relate to their experiences. You're willing to be vulnerable with them, and they have your back as you have their back. Are there days when you're 10% and I'm 80? Yes. Are there days I'm 10 and you're 80? Yes. But it's unfair to put that kind of pressure on artists or celebrities who are friends, because people are allowed to decide when we need a break. Compared to, okay, let's go back to taking pictures and being chummy. It's not staged. It's just that you guys are experiencing where we are in our life. I don't think anybody has the time, except you do, but I don't, has the time to go and say friendship now. If you be friend for industry, we go trend. So maybe we'll go take picture together. Then when on that stage, on our friendship finish, now we'll go back to it's like it's too much work. It's unnecessary.
What it cause that una quarrel? Una no talk for like 1 year.
It not be once. So you go need list.
What's the highest point that you're like, what, I'm not doing this with her?
Can't tell you that one.
As long as no be man matter.
No, never.
So anything else is
never.
Talking about
It's
man.
money matter, but I'm not gonna tell you.
Talking about man.
Yes.
Before we went live with Honest Bunch, as you were catching up and
yeah.
and you told the story of how your mom used to be so strict,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
went to eat ice cream, and your mom flogged you, and you were in the church from when you were 13. How do you still manage and get pregnant?
My brother, you know, sometimes at that age, you are just fulfilling law righteousness to work register in church. For me.
Hey.
Right? I was fulfilling all right. No, it's not like at 13, so as a child,
how old were you when you got pregnant?
I was 16. No, I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah. I got
That's
pregnant
about the age
17.
when I started. I was just lucky. Continue.
I was 17. And at that time, I had a relationship with God, with Christ. I did. But, you know, I was also young and I enjoyed certain things a little bit too much, I guess. I don't know. How do people get pregnant? You know? So
it wasn't like a one-off, a mistake. It was something you enjoyed.
So it was my boyfriend at the time, right? And I already knew that if anything like that, it was something that we had discussed, because I remember that he told me that one of his close friends died from getting an abortion. So it was something, I never thought that I would be a mother at that age. But when it happened, I didn't tell my mom till about 5 months, because I sat down and I made sure that in that 5 months I cleaned the house, I did everything so that you will not be looking at me and say,
wait, so how for 5 months your mom did not know you were pregnant?
She didn't know.
I want you to run through the emotions when you missed your first period. Let's start from there. How did
I started panicking, of course. I started panicking.
You called the guy?
No, I didn't at the time. Yeah, I didn't at the time, you know, you understand? Like, because in my mind, I was a young girl. So at first, that's not where your mind is going. Do you understand? And then by the time I realized what was happening, I had called him and I told him, I said, listen, this is what is going on. And you know my stance. And he was like, yeah, sure, I know your stance. And we were good. We're like, okay. And that was it. So one morning devotion, and I've told the story before, we had morning devotion. My mom had been looking at me some type of way, but I was able to finesse my way around it. So sometimes she would ask me, she said, "Bella, are you okay?" I say, "Yes, mom, I'm okay." But that's when I would cook, I would do everything. So one day after morning devotion, my mom was getting ready to go to work. I called her and sat her down. I said, "Mom, I want to tell you something." She said, "What's it?" "I'm pregnant." She kept quiet. And I said, "And I don't want to take the baby out." She said, she didn't say anything again. She said, "Go and sleep." Because I wasn't in school at the time. So when everybody goes to school, my younger brothers go to school, she goes to work, I have the house to myself. So most times I'll go back to sleep after cleaning and all that. We didn't have housekeepers at the time, and they do everything. So she said, "Okay, go and sleep." So I went back to bed. By the time my brothers woke up, got ready for school and they were about to leave, I would usually wake up or she would call me to lock the door. But I noticed that my mom still sat in the same position. She didn't move. That's when I understood the gravity of what I had done. Do you understand? And I think at that time, and God bless my mom, because till date, my mother never raised her voice, shouted, "You are a disgrace. You are," till date, no. Immediately, she called her older sister. Her older sister came to Benin. Her older sister used to live in Enugu. Her older sister came to Benin. As her older sister came, she bought baby things. Wow. My grandmom moved in with us for a while to kind of take care of me because it was a bit difficult. I was young and it was a difficult pregnancy at the time. And that's where we are. She never said anything.
What happened to your relationship with the guy?
He died the minute I said, "This is what I'm going to do." So he was like, "Okay."
But I'm not going to do it with you.
No, so that wasn't so I think he got cold feet, right? Because initially we agreed. But parents will be parents. My mom knew who he was because he would come to our house, he would see, would chill, would laugh. You understand? My mom wasn't the kind of person that, if you're dating her, she'll be shouting from the gate, "Get out of there! Hey, Bella, who is that? Who is that?" No. All my friends came to the house. I was not that kind of child who, do you understand? So the only thing is, and which is what I try to do with young people now. right? Especially when you have come to the age of, noticing changes in your body and being curious with sex and all that. You understand? I rather have you talk to me because I never had those conversations with my mom, right? My mom was very open to my friends, loving my friends, but sex wasn't a conversation my mom and I ever had, except when I started menstruating. The same motherly, okay, this is what your body is doing now. If you do this is what's going to happen. If you do this, you understand? And coming from a Christian background, you shouldn't have sex before marriage, if that makes any sense, So I'm trying to remember. I lost my train of thoughts. What brought us here?
The guy.
Oh, yes. So him. So at the time, my mom had gone to his family and said, okay, so your son and my daughter, and now this is where they are. And the dad called him and asked him. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But the story that my mom told me was that his father too was a bit harsh with how he accepted, how he took in the whole situation. And he was like, no, it's not him. No, he's not. You understand? So it was his word against mine. And trust my mother to be the most beautiful, amazing woman that I've ever met and know. And she was just like, okay, so it's not you, Abi? I said, yes. I said, okay, so know that if it's not you. Because, in Igbo land, I think when a child is born out of wedlock, the family automatically adopts
the child.
Yes. So she's like, okay, the child is mine now. And that's how it.
And over the years, did he reach out to the child?
Oh yes, in 2000 and so even before then, rewind back, my mom and his mom, right? They've been having conversations and I wasn't even aware of it. So my mom and his mom, one family will always know one family that will always know one family and know one family. So they were kind of cordial and having conversations. But at some point he came back and he was like, I was young. I wasn't quite, you understand? Mm-hmm. I want to meet my daughter. His best friend, coincidental, shout out to Uncle Maya Tafo, who is my big brother. Uncle Maya Tafo's wife is his best friend's sibling.
Okay.
So, and Uncle Maya Tafo is from my village. And he's my big cousin in my village. So all this time, Uncle Mai was dragging in and saying, they shame. Like doing the groundwork. So his best friend came to see me, I think 2014, I can't remember. And, he was just like, he lives in Canada. And he was like, well, sorry, Vivian, we understand where we are, but this child needs to know who her dad is. And at the time, I never said anything wrong to my daughter. I didn't say your father is this, your father is that. I don't believe in those things. You understand? Life would, if you are great, life will show you. If you're not great, life will play out for you. So, so he was like, yeah, she needs to meet her father. And I was like, okay. Initially, I kicked against it. And my kicking against it wasn't from a place of bitterness because I was in a great relationship at the time. It was from a place of, and sometimes I see these things on social media and people have, it's so unfair how people have opinions without really knowing the true story. Many times when fathers are protecting or mothers are protecting their child, if they're single parents, from who the other parent is, it's because you already know that this person is not stable. This person can come and destabilize the life of the child. You can show up as a dad for 3 years and next thing the child is asking, where's my dad? You can show up as a mom for a few months and next thing the child is asking again, where's my mom? And it's so unfair to do that to a child. Do you understand? It don't even make it about me. But if you're going to claim your child or however the word to use, you have to be sure that you can follow through. So that was where I was. I was already a girl in my 30s. I had sense. I knew that this is not what I wanted for my child. I didn't want to introduce my child to her dad and then fears down the line. So I was just like, you know what? I kicked against it. But my mom and family, they were like, no, this is not how you do things. For the sake of the child, you have to. So I said, okay. So I went, I had a show in LA and So I decided to take her along. So she meets her dad because he lives in America. So we went, she met her dad for the first time. They kicked off like, they became friends every day while I was in LA. They would go shopping and, it was great to see her first iPhone. I think he got it okay, she said I did. Okay, sorry. My daughter is backstage, so she's reminding me. But yeah, he
made up for.
He tried to make up in the way to me at the time. You understand? But I had demands, and
they were.
If the dream of every mother is for your child to have a better life than you had.
Yeah.
That's the dream of every father too. Everything, even backstage just before we started talking and you were telling me about your children and some of the bands you guys have at home. You don't want your children to go through what you've gone through. It's then why did you go through it? Do you understand? I don't believe in that thing of, I tell you too, you should suffer. Then why did you go through it? If even the people in the Bible, if Abraham and the rest of them could leave an inheritance for their children, then please keep it in the fridge if you're not going to. You understand? Like, that's my opinion. So at the time, I had always said that my daughter would get the best education that I can afford. And the reason why, it wasn't necessarily because of the certification, but because in my mind, I needed to expose her to a certain type of audience. Because I know the things, I know what my battles were growing up. I know how difficult it was to even sell myself as a brand. You understand? Or what my name did to me negatively and positively because of a few mistakes that my parents or my dad made, and how that followed me and my brothers till like we had to prove ourselves, because maybe you go don't quarrel, maybe my papa don't dupe you. And then because of my papa don't dupe you, when they now call say what's there, I say na hero be say I know they touch that family. Things like that. People don't think People don't think. They just see you are just living in the moment. No, I have to be the one to. You don't know that 1-2 steps, you destroy the life of your child. That child has to now you now be calling sins of your father. Which sins of your father? The sin of your father was a mistake he made with his name. It can take you 2 days to destroy your name, and take you 50 years to clean it out. So I told him, you're a citizen, file for your child. You can't even file for, I don't really care. You understand? But I wanted her to get the best education. And the conversation at the time was, okay, so would, do a DNA test and do all of that, So he now said...
Did you do that?
So I'm getting to that. So he asked me to send him her hair. I said, no, that's not how it's done. We will choose the place, and we will all send what we need to send, because it's not like you and I are best friends. We're not. We talk cordially based on, and so that was it. And he agreed, and I waited, and I never heard from him. I waited and waited, and I never heard from him. And 9 months, she will call and call and call, and from this was 2015, 2016, 2017, he just kept on. He was still having conversations, and I'll remind him, how far this our conversation? Yeah, Viv, we'll do it. And it just kept on dragging, and she turned 18. And you can't file for a child at 18. So I was mad. Because now she's getting into university. And I decided that I wanted my daughter to get the best education. So she went to Middlesex University. I was paying school fees in dollars. So I diverse. Because as I paid in dollars, you can't be calling me and telling me, oh, yeah, Viv, I want to send $200. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, are you kidding me? We could have avoided all of this. Do you understand? So that was where. So for me, at that point, it was your father, your relationship with him. I'm not even. You want to talk to your daughter? Here's her number. However you are hard, it's not my business.
Did she eventually get her citizenship?
No.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I would want to take us back, because you're here and it would be nice to set the record straight.
Yes.
Were you banned temporarily from the choir for...
Oh, yeah. Yes. But it's only... I go to come choir with it. Yes, I was.
People speak about trauma. I want to look at it from your own perspective now. You don't conceive already. you they serve God. Now they don't ban you. How did you deal with that situation?
To be honest, that was so long ago. I can't really articulate how I felt in the moment. The hurt I felt with church was in my pregnancy and banning me. I think that is fair. Because when you have decided, whether you're a chorister or you're a pastor or you're a deacon or you're a leader in church, the minute you decide to take a special office, you're a representation of that organization. So as much as possible, you try and be, and not everybody can have his clean slate, let's be honest. But, pregnancy in an open slate. Do you understand? Like
It is show.
It is show. So it's only fair for them to not necessarily ban you, but suspend you. So that's what I got, not a ban, but a suspension. And you know that they are new converts. There are people who don't even understand the Bible. There are people that they are still, so allowing you is, do you understand? It doesn't mean that my pastors weren't still in touch with me, What the hurt I felt with church was how they treated my mom. But they've apologized to me personally. Shout out to Pastor Feb, Reverend Feb Idahosa. That's my big brother. And we had a conversation about it. Shout out to my friend too, Jennifer Aligeno, because she was always saying it. She was like, I met this woman in Lagos. She's my friend because she finished from the university, BIU. So she kind of, when we became friends, I told her because I carried that hurt for a very long time because I feel like my mom never really found herself after that. Because she had put in a lot of time of service in the school. Now, what happens in the school and what happens in church are two different things. And for context, at the time, she was advised to resign.
Because of you?
Because she had a daughter who had teenage pregnancy and, the church frowns at it. So the school of the church is probably going to frown at it. But I don't know why that should have affected her job, And at some point she had to move out of Benin and she never really got a job like what she had when we were in Benin. So I kind of felt guilty about that because maybe if I didn't, she probably would have climbed higher ladders, if that makes any sense. So in a way, that's the church hurt that I felt, but I'm healed and I've resolved it, so I'm good.
People say that if a child gets pregnant out of wedlock or teenage pregnancy as a result of bad parenting. Maybe the person, your mom she didn't do her job well. That's why what happened. What do you think about it? And also, I want to ask, how did that affect you raising your child? Were there points when the past you had a blast from the past?
Paranoia, yeah. A very interesting question. I think my mother brought me up very well. My mom, I really like when I talk about my mom, I get emotional. So I don't want to talk about my mom. Really,
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Get yourself together. I would have gone in on the church hurt thing because I also went through with it.
The question.
You understand?
No, the mom, she wants to.
I'm using this to get her.
Yeah. He's trying to help me center myself. So thank you.
Herself back.
So with regards to upbringing and a child, here's my opinion. Yeah, a parent does what a parent can't do. When you get to an age where you should make a decision, it's your decision.
15?
16, 17 actually. But a parent does what a parent. Did my mom carry me and be displaying me for? Do you understand what I'm saying? My curiosity got me there. It's not that my mom was a bad parent. Do you understand? And my mom had 5 kids and single-handedly raising 5 kids. And a teacher at the time. If you grew up in the 90s, you know that teachers had long hours, right? So, to be honest, I think my mom did a fantastic job. I don't think, and I say that because of the woman that I am now. Everything that I am, it's like when you have, if you're an engineer or maybe you're in phone tech and you now you design a beautiful phone and there's one circuit or something or one thing in there does that mean that you now throw away the whole thing? You figure out what was wrong in that space and you fix it. And that's what my mom did. Do you understand? So the fact that I have been able to raise an amazing young woman who didn't bring back a child before she was.
How do you feel when she turned 16?
I
was 17.
I'll be honest, I was nervous. But you know the funny thing about it is the relationship, because I knew that I didn't have this, me and my mom didn't talk about men, so to speak.
Gold Saku,
yeah.
Costino. Let's go in hard.
I opened, I was very open with my daughter. And it shocked me to know that my daughter was not sexually active all the time. I will be honest, she doesn't even know. I was shocked to know that all through her teenage years, all through growing up into a young woman, my daughter made a decision that she was not going to be I'm going to keep my... And for me, it was a...
Jesus girl.
Do you understand? And even further down, because this interview is about me, it's not really about my... So I'm being very careful because there are certain things that she has a right to speak for herself and I don't have a right to speak on.
Respect.
Right? Yes. So even when she is sort of like an active woman, my job as a parent is to be honest about the disadvantages and the advantages of decisions that you make. I'm not going to tell you, don't do that, because don't do that doesn't really mean anything. You don't ever see Peking where you go tell, say, don't go near that candle. You go, they look you. Mom, I had one recently. Mommy, fire. He said, fire, don't touch it. Mommy, fire. Fire, don't touch it. Now the Peking crow, go touch the fire. The next time she said, Mommy, burn me. She said, yes, fire. You understand? So I give grace to people because I understand that the best you can do as a human being is to give what you have. Now, what that person decides to do with what you have given is not on you. It's on that person. That's where, accountability comes in. My mom is in no way responsible for me having a kid at that age. That was my decision. You know how many people when they work out, we don't come out their own? Is it because they don't have any proof?
Evidence no day.
No evidence no day. They can come and tell you, oh no, I didn't have, I was, and you're cool with it because you don't have any proof. So I stand by my decision. It wasn't great at the time, but the woman I know now, I am now. Imagine if I didn't have my daughter. Daddy Freeze, you know, so I'm not going to get picking by now. So even God too is also very smart. He just probably knew, this is her life journey. And the Bible says that what's that word? It said, all things work it out for your good. And the way I've interpreted it in my mind is, all things work it out for your good is not when you now, you say, God, now the one will make me make the mistake. No. All things work it out for your good is He has given you will. You chose this, and He'll figure out how to plot the graph and redirect you into making it work for your good. Now I have a 26-year-old at what age? A graduate doing really well. I'm proud of myself.
We're proud of you too.
You know, you said that if God knows that if you didn't have her, maybe right now, God knows that you would have. Did having her also, make you stay away from men or make you not give your all into relationships?
No, I gave my all to relationships, so it had nothing to do with her. The only decision I made is because I had a child that was a girl. I have a child who's a girl child. I was very, very intentional about bringing men to my home. I never did, because not be me go marry myself. Now man go marry me. So if Tunde come tomorrow, Samson come next tomorrow, Theophilus come next tomorrow. What do you say they teach your people?
They confuse them.
Yeah.
Uncle.
So I just made a decision that in my dating life, I'm not going to introduce everybody to my daughter until I know that this person we're moving somewhere. So if you and I are having a conversation, you may never even, maybe the highest you go see her for picture. Do you understand? Until it's a relation. And even there are people that I have, like, relationship. We dated, but we weren't quite sure if we were going to take it to marriage. I still never met her.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
That must have been tough.
No, it wasn't.
Actually,
It wasn't. It's a decision. Now, get picking you get. You not go they expose your children to. No, you not. It wasn't. It was just a decision I made. And I was fortunate enough to, date people who kind of understood that as well. So it's not Waje, why am I not coming to you? You understand? I have a child who's a girl. And in a way too, it's not like I intentionally planned this part, but my house eventually became the family house. So it's not also about my daughter. At some point, my mom lived with me. My brothers lived with me. I would go just I didn't have that kind of upbringing. So in my mind, I was just like, I'm not going to expose, them to that. So
I actually think you're an amazing mother because
thank you.
Because some women, they would have been either being overprotective, they would have allowed what happened when they were younger to.
I'll be honest with you, I was. Yeah. I won't say I was overprotective, but there was a time in my life that even my friends would quarrel with me. They'll say, "Waje, leave this girl." Let me tell you a story that happened.
Okay.
At I think it was her 21st birthday. No, it was her 18th birthday. I invited her and her friends. We went out to. I just told them I'm taking you guys out. So we went out. So I bought a bottle of cognac. And I told them to pour the drink for all of us. And they poured it. In my mind, I was introducing my daughter to.
Oh, cool.
They poured the drink for all of us. Then we all took the glass. I was watching my daughter and we all did cheers, happy birthday, Emerald. This is your 18th birthday, your first time having alcohol. All of us, yay! Now she's sipam. But the way when she say hold us,
it's shocking.
I know that she has small insight. I just keep quiet. I said, then later she came to me, she said, "Mommy, can I order something else?" I said, "Yes, you can." She said, "I would like a cocktail instead." So that's where I now knew. I said, okay, so she's more of a cocktail girly than, but it's not your first time. I use that one, take gauge. You understand? So that's to show you that I was kind of protective, but I had to loosen up because I was giving myself anxiety that wasn't necessary. And my daughter would have conversations with my friends or my mom and she said, "I don't understand why my mother does not trust me." And I told her, I said, "It's not that I don't trust you. I don't trust the people out there. It's them I don't trust." Do you understand? It's not you. I know you. My daughter is naive. Now she's but she's if you've met her, you think she's in her early, like you think my daughter is 21. Like her mind just she sees the good in people. Oh, hi uncle.
Sweet girl.
Hi auntie. I want a mentor. Hey, well, can we exchange numbers? I say, Mera, not everybody they give numbers. You understand? So I was a protective mom. But I have good friends that help me balance it. So at the time when I needed to, and do you think I've not hurt her in my parents' style? I have. But we had that conversation. In 2020, COVID lockdown year, we spent a lot of time together. And, I was digesting a lot of content, because that was when content started really blowing up. And I would hear things like the word trauma and how it's affected kids. And I realized that even some of the things I do, like I have selective amnesia. There are certain things about my life I don't remember. Oh God. I'm telling you, I don't remember. Like I feel like I have to go to maybe like a therapist that will maybe hypnotize and unlock. I'm serious. There are things about my life I don't remember. So that was when I started realizing, okay, why I'm the way I am. So I called her one day and I told her, I said, "I want to apologize to you. There's any way that I kind of." Because I beat that girl. Sometimes I would carry my anger on her. I would beat her. One time I kicked her. That's the last time I beat her. Because when I saw the mark I gave her, I said, "No, I know they do this thing." So I don't beat children. My twins in the house, my nieces, they live with me. I would just tell you, you're owing me 10 strokes of the cane. Then maybe when the cane don't reach 25, I'll call you and give you 3. I'll tell you, just to put fear for your mind, but I don't beat. And that's because I knew that my parenting style at that age was wrong. And I don't think I brought the best at the time. It definitely did something to her. So I had to sit down and have a conversation with her. Like, I'm sorry that I did this. I didn't know I didn't know how to be a mom. I was a child too.
No.
As you were growing, I was growing.
Growing up, yeah.
So please forgive me. And she see the yab me. Sometimes she go give me you that, But I know say don't come out in mind and you don't come up my mind as well. So yeah, we always have to. The most important thing about living that I've experienced is that you have to grow, and in growth is not denying the things that you failed at. Growth is acknowledging those things that you failed at and improving on them. Clack it.
You said your mom settled for less in relationship wise. Can we throw some light on that?
So when I say my mom settled, I not necessarily in her
because she was beautiful
union with my dad.
Okay.
Right. I think when I say my mom settled, I think that did she know he was the way he was before she said yes? Did she, at the point where she figured out this was the kind of person he was, where did she put her foot down? I give her grace because she left. My dad is not a horrible person, or was not a horrible person, but he made certain mistakes that were mistakes. When I was young, I found, that blue primary school writing pad. Mm-hmm. I found a book where my mom, and this, I'm telling you, I was 7. I found a book where my mom had written down our names, 200,000 Waje, 200 Ebele, Waje. That's my Edo name. 200,000. So my mom had insisted times without number that my dad set aside a trust fund for his kids because my father had money. And he didn't, and he lost it. So in my mind at the time, that's where I just felt like, come on. Because there are things I saw my dad do. My dad was very fast in the way he lived his we used to do camp meetings where I remember one camp meeting that we went to camp, came back, and the whole house was filled with furniture, 3 loader CD, as at that time. Screen. My dad loved the great things of life. Yes. Right? But I was also in the house the day daddy sold all. You understand what I'm saying? So in my mind, those were the things that to be unfair, it is unfair, but I didn't have the relationship with my dad to hold him responsible. My own way of holding him responsible was not even just talking to him at all. But you, that is the mother that I'm seeing, now you I go blame.
So you blamed your mom, the school, the church blamed your mom.
She must have gone through it.
She went through. She went through it. She went through it.
Made me remember this book, Joys of Motherhood. I mean,
yes.
It's crazy what women have to go through.
I think parenting is really, that's why when I see people that say, oh, I want a child, why? Because I'm of age. I'm like,
are you mentally
ready? You don't know yet.
It's not a Hermes bag.
You will know. You will know that being a parent is dying to self. Because there are times when you make the decision, my child or $1 million. And you will make that decision. So I don't mean to make everybody come on, let's vibe.
Because I have kids and
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know the sacrifices you've had to make. Even people who've left their marriages, stayed in their marriages, half the time they'll tell you it's because of their kids. It's no longer about you. The minute you have a child, it no longer becomes about you. It now becomes about how that child is going to thrive. Because you've gone through experiences that you wish you can help that child not go through. And many times, you know what? They go through this experience. So how do you win?
Dang.
So is it not better to just really kind of wait for things to, align and then now bring kids into the world? I don't know. That's what But I wouldn't trade my oath because I know you were going to go there.
That when you're waiting for things to align, time is going.
Get time off. Which time is going?
Better do it well than do that. Better not do it than not do it well.
You know, women, when they start to get agenda now.
Sweethearts, there are people that got married really young and they are still looking for babies today. And this is no way invalidating what they feel. But the truth is, you are really not the one who decides. So why take up that responsibility? You're giving yourself anxiety for no reason.
No, it's true, because my friend said something. She said, I'm not going to rush. If her husband comes at 40, I mean, if I can't have children, there are a lot of children to help. I can just go and get one child.
You know, the funny thing is, parenting is not only bringing out a child, though. There are children that I am parents over that I didn't give birth to. But I can promise you that I'm the mother they have in their life.
That's deep.
And what I like to tell people is religion and tradition and culture is nothing but peer pressure from dead people.
And I agree.
People that have lived their lives and gone are putting you under pressure. You must marry by this time. You must have children and you set yourself up by trying to live up to these standards.
Yes.
I remember when my first wife was pregnant. Why did I get married? Why did I need to get married? Because you should not have children out of wedlock. Who is that Olori Buruku that said that thing?
How old are you when you got married?
24.
Oh, you were young.
Yeah, what business did I have getting married at 24?
And I heard that a man's brain fully forms at 30.
Dang.
So your brain was not fully
My brain has not fully formed till now. My IQ might be 156 measured, but me and my 16-year-old daughter about the same mental age.
No, but on the real though, I heard that women, their brains fully form at 25 and men at 30.
Wow.
So imagine you're marrying at 24. Shout out to you.
Shout out.
And then you're not marrying your age mate at that time.
At that age, who is like your mother?
It's your younger brother at that time. Oh, you know, when you marry at 27 and your husband is 27, he's your younger brother.
You said something earlier that I want to be clear about. You told that the phrase that if you didn't keep her, like you wouldn't have had a child by now. Is it because of the music or work or family? I want to know.
Because I think that my experience is very peculiar to me. And if I didn't have a child, I would still have had the experiences that has shaped me. And I'm not married. So I don't think I would have been thinking, because at the time I decided to really take my career seriously, motherhood and being a wife wasn't what was on my mind. Right? So, and I believed I was going to get married before 40, by the way. I could swear. I could swear on my left utensils that I was going to get married, before 40, but that didn't happen. And I guess that is also because not only, you can't only blame the people that you have been in relationship with. It's also you and your knowledge of what you know is a courtship that leading to marriage, what it should be, right? And how you're supposed to navigate that. So I would have still been this me, but without Emerald. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
She completes you.
Yeah.
So speaking about completing you, I mean, you speak so highly of family and people who are involved in it.
Yeah.
And you have said that you have had great relationships with Nigerian men.
Not God great too. Before that, there was some of Unaya.
Okay, wait. Just take it to church.
Yeah.
Your assessment of Nigerian men, relationship-wise.
Well, to be honest, if I were to assess Nigerian men, then that means I have now collected a degree in psychology and I'm now a therapist or something, because I have no clue. Nah, I don't have a clue. I think Nigerian men are just Nigerian men.
in relationship.
In relationship.
For example, people speak and say, "Oh, if you want a romantic man."
And you know why I don't believe in that generalizing. You know why? Because many times when you sit down and hear people have these opinions, some people who have these opinions are single. And then when you now have a different opinion countering that, some people who have those opinions are in marriages. So what's the data? Maybe if there was a data saying then I cannot say Nigerian men, but that's a generalized, you understand? Yeah, conversation that it's unfair to box in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I've also met I think that if there was a friendship award, I would nominate I will have one of the circles. Like if there was a circle of friendship awards given to individuals, my circle will be nominated. So I've seen Nigerian men, actually great Nigerian men, doing what they need to do.
Thank you very much.
Do you understand?
Now they hear up now.
And I've also seen the other side of the coin. So you understand? And the other side of the coin now it's in relation to me being single. So here's what I'm going to say. I think that in my early years, I attracted a type of Nigerian men, and I went in circles with that type because I was projecting something, and I attracted a certain type of men. Now, removing myself from that circle, I have a friend. Her name is Kemi. And Kemi, I'm sorry I'm calling you out here. And her husband's name is Bayo. I'm not going to tell you their surname. I love their love. I love it. It's so healed. It's so respectful. I was actually at their house yesterday. I can give you names. I have friends who are married who are actually good. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you see their husbands showing up. She just had a child. And when I went to her house, her child wasn't there. Her child is with her mom. And I'm like, where's your... And her husband came back from work and said, where are we going to eat? Compared to, why are you not carrying the child? Why are you not changing the diapers? You're supposed to be in the child's life.
Where's my food?
Where's my food? Do you understand what I'm saying? They figured out something that works for them. It would not be unfair to now say because Waje had 15 heartbreaks, she now is the connoisseur and understands every information about Nigerian men. Likewise, a hot Nigerian man cannot come out and say, because I had few girlfriends that hurt me, Nigerian women. So when I see all these things, I'm like, we do it for conversation's sake, but deep down we know what the truth is. There are great marriages working, and there are single people who've made their mistakes and trying to move forward. So that's the side of the coin that I rest.
Interesting. I love the response.
But are you still looking to get married?
If it comes, why not? Don't
To a
you love
Nigerian
love?
man.
You want an MRI? You don't want someone to massage my leg.
I said, but a Nigerian man.
Trust me, even
man
over
out
there, they are not saying. I've dated a foreigner before, and it was not great.
Che Oyinbo.
Oyinbo ni o.
No, they use film, they judge you.
What was not great? Because I hear that our Nigerian men, when it comes to mathematics, they are very strong.
So the funny thing is that we never did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never did. So
How's that dating?
That's a Jesus moment.
We never did that. That doesn't
Oh
mean.
wow, because Emerald is here. Close
No,
your
no, no,
ears.
no, no, no. It's not because Emerald. Because it was a long distance relationship. We never really had the time to. You understand? And I was in my no sex before marriage era. Yeah, I was in that.
Still in that
Are you
era?
still there?
Yo. Even the ones they were, you fall by the wayside.
See how she's looking at you?
I beg, I'm a Jesus baby. Leave me alone.
Period.
As I was saying, Daddy Freeze. Now, the day this guy cursed me out, hey, like everything that the day he cursed me out, and it's not, how dare you? He did something wrong, and I brought it to his attention. I can't tell you guys what he did wrong because it is bottom pot wrong, right? But he felt that I should have accepted it because I am African. So forget, in this world, live race. Human beings are human beings. That you have rice here that doesn't have the same thing. There's rice there that does. So it's not a race thing. Somebody doesn't suddenly become romantic because they are Indian. Or suddenly respect a woman because they are French.
Or because the name na Romeo.
Oh, you understand? No! A deprived, unhealthy, toxic human will be toxic whether he's a man or a woman.
Whether it's white or black.
And whether he's white or black. So me, I know they do. Anyone will come. You
know, people talk about standards.
Yeah.
I don't know if standards or should I say principles. Like for example, you be mentioned say you get the space when you date at some point.
Right.
But maybe you do, after all you have accomplished, you are looking back now. Certain things no be those things you go they look at now. So for example, as a successful career Nigerian woman who has seen it all,
Yeah.
what do you look out for in a man?
I don't know. This question is always very hard for me to answer. I know what I want, but in terms of answering it, because is there a thing you look out for, Daddy Freeze? Is there a thing?
Maybe how the person makes you feel safe.
Oh yes, safety is very important, right? If I say full, like what my number one point is, quite a number of people are going to not agree with me, but I'm going to speak from my own experience. The reason why I can sit and have a conversation without feeling bitter or cry over my past experiences or, start listing out what people have done to me or what I have done to them is because I have sat down and I've had a conversation with myself. And I have also seen my part in it. I don't think I want to be with a man who has not healed from his own trauma. I can't have worked on myself and now accommodate your excesses. That's unfair. I'm daily working on myself. There are people that I have called, that I have hurt, that I've had to apologize to because I know that I hurt them, right? So if I am doing all that work, I don't think you should feel entitled because you are just a man. I feel more than anything, you should come to the table in the process of your healing, at least. It's not a question whether I'm going to marry somebody that is successful. I can't marry someone who is not successful. I can't not. And here's why. First of all, I'm not in my 20s, so we are not growing together. If I'm not going to meet, a man leads. He leads by selling aspiration to me. I have to aspire to see him lead. And if he can't inspire me to grow, so success is part of it. Faith is part of it. Understanding, how to read the room and not show up in the world angry is part of it. Because I'm also doing the work.
Hey.
Have you ever thought of dating a very handsome, well-built,
Oh, yes.
25-year-old?
No.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Why not?
We'll have issues.
Where would the issues come from?
I'm very pragmatic. I sometimes have to hold myself with my siblings and my friends and my family members. Imagine if it was a husband. You go tire now. I go dey treat and listen at my picking. You go hate me. And I don't want that. You don't want something that started from love to end into some kind of hostility because the person thinks that you are always nipping at their neck. Because at 25, what you're thinking is not what I'm thinking.
Marry your age group.
I can marry a few years younger. I can marry a few years older. I can't also marry too old because I have the oldest man I've ever dated. At the time, he was 49. And he was the worst man I've ever dated.
Hey!
Yeah.
Means fools also grow old.
Is a fool for
Do you get
He
what
might
I'm
not be a fool.
Why?
It's just
Why? What happened? What
You
makes
think it's
him?
me?
No.
What
don't say
makes him the
that.
worst? How old were you then, and what makes him the worst?
I was in my 40s, of course.
Oh,
Yeah. This was a few years ago. I mean, like 2021.
never to tell.
Never today.
What did he do?
My friend called him and said, this is my friend. Because we all know each other, to be honest. So she has access to him. And when I told her, because we didn't tell anybody for a while until I felt, okay, you know what? If this is actually a relationship, I'm going to tell my close circle. So I told her. And so she had a conversation with him and she said, listen, Waje is not like everybody. These are her experiences. She's the first child of her mother, first girl. She's a person who feels very responsible for family. So there are certain things you do, you have to give her some grace. And she was saying that because there was a time another friend of ours tried to hook me up with someone. And on our first date, it was great. We had a great conversation. A few days after our first day, he was traveling and then he asked me what I wanted. I told him, I love cheese and bagel in the UK. I love their... So I told him to freeze some of them and bring for me and some of the cheese. And he divided what he brought for me and gave me half. He said, because there are too many people in my house. So let him give me half. Then when I need the remaining half, he will give me. So you never ever enter the relationship. You don't tell me how I go deal with my family. So my friend knew that, and she was like, so she was telling him, give her some grace. She always feels like she has to show up for family. And he didn't talk to me for days. And I kept on calling him and he won't pick his phone. And I call him and he won't pick his phone and I'll call him. And it was a few days to my birthday. I called him. He didn't pick his phone. But on my birthday, he called my brother and told my brother he wanted to do the breakfast surprise with the saxophone and everything. And he did. But he didn't pick my phone till maybe a few days after my birthday. And he told me, he said, he's praying about us. I didn't mind that. Pray, because I was praying too. But then, after a while, he now told me, he said, he didn't appreciate the fact that I spoke to my friend about our relationship. That he's the type of person who likes to keep his relationships private from my best friend. Okay, so maybe she shouldn't have called him then, if that's what he's saying. But I think that when people do that, they isolate you from their friends because they really don't want you to find out the truth about them.
That's what they are hiding.
Look, exactly.
And I feel that everything that he told me about him was a lie. Right? And he didn't want... Because the more of your friends you tell, the more they go
the story goes outside. They say, this guy.
You understand? And that's how the relationship died.
That's what killed it.
A natural death.
Every man's intuition is right.
Do you understand? So age is important, very important, but how important really? I've also seen people who are married to younger and they've sustained and they've lived, you understand? Is there any relationship that doesn't have its ups and downs? You find your footing. But there's no rule book. That's what I'll say. There's a foundation that we should all know that, okay, this is our limit, these are the boundaries, this is what we should take, but I don't follow what I see. Aspire to inspire, perspire to transfer. I don't do all those things.
Interesting. I get question about 1 Naira with MI, perhaps one of the biggest rap albums in the history of Nigeria and African, rap music. And that's, I don't know, can you take us through that experience? Noboligo
is my friend, and I met MI when we're doing MTV based Advance Warning. So Noboligo was like, "Oh, let's, I'm going to MI's house. Let's go." We went. MI said he was working on a song that I should try and sing the chorus. So I wrote many things and I tried to write, and I'll sing it for M. M was like, "Waje is too cheesy. It's too this. No, there's something. I want everybody to feel it." So my mom again comes into question. So my mom was inspiration behind 1 Naira. And then I wrote that verse, and instantly when I sang, Emma was like, oh yes, this is the verse. And a lot of people, because of the, the rollout of the animated me in the helicopter, a lot of people thought that me and Emma, we dated. We never dated. We were just friends who saw how great a love story in a song can be. And so we created characters that will help drive the song. His girlfriend at the time was the one who even did the voiceovers, not me.
It was believable.
Yeah, we did great. We did great. So that's really how and I'm so grateful for that song, really and truly, because it's one of the biggest features that I've had till date. With the follow up of Do Me, of course.
How did your mom inspire it?
I just feel that everything I do and everything that I have done to get to success, that success is really for my mom, not really my daughter self. At the time I became, and then I say, this life, what can I do? Because I'm not going to leave any inheritance for you. I did joke, I'm going to leave.
No, I tell my kids that all the time.
Yeah, it's just so that, they get into, they don't feel entitled, and they do the work that they need to do. But yes, I believe strongly that, my mom has been one of my greatest support, that I insist in always shouting her out and giving her flowers.
Interesting. God bless Mama, and God will keep her.
Amen.
So you speak so much about family. I have a question, and I would share this tweet that somebody shared on X.
Okay.
And I would get your opinion on it. So the person tweeted, "I have got this family member who is always asking me for one thing or the other. A few months back, I decided to end the cycle of constant handouts and gave him a substantial amount, not as a loan, but as a grant. I mean, tens of millions to start a business with the clear agreement that he would never come back to ask me for money ever again. That was in July. This morning, he hit me up asking for money again, and I haven't been this mad in a long minute. Honestly, how does one deal with this black tax problem?" So see the chat between the both of them. After the person made the request, he responded by telling the person, "Omo, if you text me again for money, I might block you." The person now said, "No wahala. You don't have to be rude. Just say you can't. You can block me if you want. Thanks." Now, you have spoken extensively about coming through for family. I just want your response on this situation.
Black tax is a thing, and I think it's unfair. But even you, the helper self, you the enable says some things.
Absolutely.
By the time you turn your eye the first time, people will cuss you out too. They say you don't want to have family, you're wicked. But they'll get with the program. Because guess what? If anything happen to you now, that family will move on. That guy go find another person with good tax. So it's on you. So waiting, I don't learn. Sometimes I go to tell myself, like living in retrospect, I go say, hey, say I know that time. When the opportunity come out, don't lock up. You understand? Because you even imagine it now. If today I come to you and tell you, say, husband material, I beg, give me 500K, you give me. I go do it and I won't do it, thing don't work. I come back. Husband material, the thing where I do it no work. But see another idea, give me 500K, you give it. You don't create pattern. Our brain they register pattern. So you go so even hook you, the person no go believe, because you don't show the person say you get. The person not check, or if not that, not the last 500K way for the person mind. Every time where I don't call me this person,
They always give me.
That means say he gets more. So it will be unfair for the person not to ask you for more. After all, you have come out as old as in a Lambert. So you understand? So you, that person, the truth about it is that you can't, as much as you are angry, don't be angry. Sha just cut the supply. I'm all for it. Come for me, oh. I'm all for it. I rather have a call. Let me tell you something that it is. Do you know that I've met people in this industry that all it took was a conversation and just me plugging 1, 2, and they went with it, and they are making a killing. What's the difference between those two people? One understands that even with the words, like the guy that they asked if I'm $500 million, I be $500,000 and a seat with Jay-Z, and he said I'll choose a seat with Jay-Z, because the guy knows say There are certain things that cannot be. If I have access to somebody and the person has the ability to pour into me in a way that I can turn that into money, I will take that. Compared to somebody that always feels entitled to your earnings, because that guy will never really do anything about it. And they will always come back.
There was one scenario that was brought to me.
Yeah.
You know, we too, they run church small. And this scenario was this guy, he had saved up. He go on a scholarship to go to, I think it was Harvard or Yale or one of those Ivy League unis. And then all he had to do was get his ticket money. Once he got there, accommodation, everything. And then a family member needed an emergency. He had just managed to save his ticket money. And a family member needed the exact ticket money for emergency surgery. And the guy called me and said, should I give him the money? I want to hear your answer before I tell my own answer.
Chai, it's surgery.
But it's also your life. You are moving from a place of poverty. You are going to Yale or Harvard. I've forgotten what school it was. On scholarship. You are never going to be the same again.
I go do my scholarship.
Exactly what I said.
I go do my scholarship.
Exactly what I said.
I go do my scholarship. Maybe if it's for me, like if it's from my how do you call the family that's closer? Let me be like siblings or
Your nuclear family.
My nuclear family, right? Maybe if it's a sibling, perhaps I might consider.
Perhaps, I love that.
Perhaps
Perhaps is what I love.
Yeah, because I can tell you yes because it's nice to hear, and we'll get ratings or whatever. Oh, Waje is such a great person, but living in the moment when you're wearing the shoe, you know what it will cost you. Do you understand? For my child, there's no
limit.
There's no conversation.
At that moment, you'll be thinking, what if they don't survive the surgery?
That's not even, to be honest, I don't know if you're going to even think, what if they don't survive this surgery? I think it is more like, how did we get here in the first place? Because that's how my mind...
Why is it now?
Why is it now? Thank you. Do you understand? So, knowing the kind of person, I feel go borrow the money, give you. But I go still go my Harvard.
One day successful, come back.
Do you understand? I'm the kind of, I've had situation, and it's not the best situation, but I've had situations where I've owed people for family's sake. But I rather, so that it will not be that I stopped, you understand? So that I don't even live with that conscience of, I could have saved a life. But that scholarship is also very important. And you know the truth. You can't pour from an empty cup now.
That's the thing.
So after that, and then what? Then we'll all sit down here and be looking at each other again till I now save another money and perhaps no scholarship this time.
I never even saved that. I need to get that. But do you think that being born into a family that you owe the family members by being the only successful one?
No, I don't owe nobody nothing. You come to this world alone, you're gonna go alone.
Family, nuclear.
I'm family. I support when I can. That's why we are more than one. If not, my parents should have given birth to one child.
And the biblical...
I am not your mother, neither am I your father. I'm not your guardian. The two of us came into this world and we faced the difficulty of the world. Right? So, let's be fair. Your decisions brought you to where you are. As much as my decisions have brought me to where I am I going to show you grace? I will. Why? Because you're my sibling. But I am in no way responsible for you.
Now I'm talking sacrifice. I'm talking as Ada. Last born, get better brain to go school. You say if you get, but can you step down?
Oh yes, I can do that. I can step down for my sibling to go to school if I know say you will make the best decision. Oh yes, I will do that. One time, I'll do that. One of the best decisions I have even made is to support the second to last boy. You understand? When he was going to school, it was difficult at the time to pay his fees, but I'm so grateful that I was part of it because he's doing well. And it's not really about what he gives me. No, sometimes I just like to look back and look at him, and he's a family man with 2 kids. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I would do what I need to do. I love it.
I want to read a Bible verse to you that not many people know about giving. 2 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 13. Here's Paul speaking. He said, "Of course, I don't mean your giving should make life easy for others and hard for yourselves. I only meant there should be some equality." Verse 14. I want us to go there. It says, "Right now you have plenty, so you can help those who are in need. Later, they will have plenty and can share with you when you need it. In that way, things will be equal."
I love it.
The Bible does not say you give and give and give.
No,
you give today so they can give tomorrow.
They even give you.
But you see, when they come and say givers never lack, you can't keep giving to unresourceful people. And the Bible says you give out of what you have, not what you don't have. So I'm just trying to
but trust me, to agree with me. I absolutely, it's like the parable of the 10 talents. Imagine the one that they gave one and he went and hid it and they multiply it. Then another person will now come again and give that one. No. If you are not a fertile ground, I will not
finish.
Why? That's even foolishness.
Even the fertile ground, because I know a man that spent all his time. He married late because he was training his younger ones, putting them through and everything. Guess what? He's no more, and those younger ones, they don't really send his children like that.
Children are suffering.
Yes, of course, of course. May I tell you? Every time I'm feeling something and I put my next of kings, my daughter, I don't put my siblings. I love my siblings. I love them. But I also understand that command where God give all of us. Now all of us give. He didn't give only me. She get me? Abby?
Yeah.
Go to the world and take dominion. Dominate, Abby. You want dominate, you want dominate. We may not have the domination in the same level, but at least let me see at some point what is it that you're giving. There should be exchange of value. Come on, that you're my sibling or that you are a cousin or that does not mean that they should no.
And it shouldn't. It doesn't have to be monetary.
No, it don't. Well, at some point, I got money.
No, but service can save you money.
But of course,
like
if if I have to travel and I can't be around for my kids and you're available, are you going to help me? Do you understand? If you have one or two friends and I have an idea and I know that you have a circle that can push it, are you going to the conversation?
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
And I want to bring Emerald into the shot, if you allow me.
Hey.
And the question is, everybody clap for me. I want to ask mad question.
Oh yeah, ask it first before
With
Emerald.
all your experience, I'm shaking to ask you this question.
Please ask
the abundance of your talent.
Yes.
The talent too many.
Yes.
With your resourcefulness and your productivity.
Yes.
If you could rewind back to when you were Emerald's age. Emerald, come into the shot. What advice do you give yourself? Career-wise, though.
Okay.
She reminds me of my daughter. This is how my daughter is. With the nose ring
You
on.
don't have to sit on your mommy's lap.
Big baby.
This is so pretty. It's like,
She is
I see
beautiful.
one person in.
Like say you vomit them.
That's your twin for real.
Yeah, this is my girl, my home girl.
Yo.
What is the one thing I would tell
career-wise,
career-wise,
not family-wise. What would you have done differently if you are her age?
I think that if you know the answer to this question, that's why you asked me this question. I hate you. Career-wise, the one thing that I would have told myself: let business be business.
Clock it. Is that clock it? This?
Yeah. Let business.
Okay.
Don't your personal life and business is worked for a few people. Great for them. But if you check the percentage of people it's not worked for, you will know that you can't mix business with pleasure. Keep business as business because you're going to make decisions based on your emotions that will not benefit you. And you as a businesswoman and you as a woman who has emotions in a relationship are two different people. So that's what I'd have done differently.
Interesting. It not go good if we just carry and go like this, if we not talk about this one. Because, I mean, it's good that Emerald is here.
Yes.
And I'm sure that just listening to you tell your story and also hearing us speak so highly of you and how over the years you have made tremendous impact in our industry. She's very proud to be called your daughter.
For real.
In March of 2019, you been talk say you don't tire for the industry, say you want to leave, say they know they support.
Yeah.
It's good that today we have the teams of this world, Ira Star.
Yeah, shout out to the ladies
doing really very, very well and
well.
getting all the support.
Yeah.
But we not go forget the sacrifices when people like you, Omaumi, Tiwa,
yes,
Sheishe,
yes,
Essence, Kenny Send Best.
Essence.
So people of the sacrifices you people made years ago.
Right.
So from your experience now,
yes,
what do you go tell people for this industry with respect to supporting talented people,
right,
irrespective of how they perceive these people to be or their perspective of these people, so that young talents can grow and we can have more people who are talented in the industry succeed?
So what? Let me be sure I
Which
understand
advice
the
you
question.
will give
What
them
my
now?
advice
Yes.
is? Right. So who am I advising? The talent or the audience?
The people who support the talents, audience, and the talent themselves.
I think my advice really is more to the stakeholders than the people who support.
Businesswoman.
I said that because when you look at the way music is digested now, people have their favorites, but people listen to more of playlists and all that. So there's a narrative that is always pushed that, you have to be this to get the you have to do it this way, you have to do that. But when you look at it, somebody who's probably listening to a playlist that has Anomaomi will probably listen to a playlist that has a Waje, right? We need to learn to stop retiring people before they've come out to tell you they're retired. It's a job. The audience still digests the music. Why you, the stakeholders, why do you feel the need to retire them? Do you understand what I'm saying? You still get called to sing at weddings. You're not singing another person's song, you're singing your song. You still get called to sing, to perform. So why do we sell that narrative that, this person's not doing music again? Or, do you understand? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it's really about the stake. I saw one of Tiwa's interviews where she mentioned featuring females, right? And she asked the question, so when the song was out, did you put it out there? Do you understand? You have situations where people are doing like functions and things and they decide who they're going to invite because of the optics, and that's okay. You have to do whatever helps your brand to sell, right? But it shouldn't be in detriment to what I'm trying to do. Because this bank and this bank, the new age platforms that you have as banks now from I don't want to call any names because nobody don't endorse me.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But they are still coexisting. And guess what?
They're doing well.
You have one person sometimes that has 3 accounts. That's a playlist. So why do you have to retire Waje when the person who is going to listen to her is also going to listen? Do you understand? It's still available. Why do you have to seemingly put me in or box me? Maybe because of my age. You think that, madam, you go rest. Or that is a job. I show up every time I need to do my job. And I do it excellently well. I'm a live artist. Yeah. And that's because the people who inspired me, from the Onyenko Winnies to the Evie Ednas and the rest of that, I saw them do this till they were old and done. So why can't I have that? And what people don't understand is that you're going to come to my age. Now, this is to the talents. So when you look at me like, she's not popping anymore, she doesn't have any song on top 10, 9 just chat. You're going to come here. how are you going to navigate? Because maybe you think you're going to be 21 for the rest of your life, but you're not. You understand what I'm saying? So the more we are open to accommodating everyone and what they do, the more you're giving yourself leverage for the time when that happens in your life. Right? If people hadn't won the big awards, and we've had nominees of the Grammys and we've won winners. What's the name of the percussion guy from back in the days? I'm talking 80s. So now you see people and they tell you, first to ever, really though? But that's okay.
I want you to...
Do you look at your mom and you ever want to do entertainment?
No.
You don't want her to?
No, it's not me.
No. Emerald,
Yes, sir.
I want to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Living in the house with a legend that is alive. Because she's a legend. I'm going to give Waje her flowers. There are
Thank
very
you.
few women that have her range.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
You can't take that away.
No,
You see,
I agree.
they're musicians and they're singers.
Yeah.
Waje is both. Some are just musicians. They can couple a song and do and it to sell.
Yeah.
They're singers. I want to ask you, did it feel intimidating growing up in a house with such a talent? That's your mic there.
I wouldn't say intimidating. I would say nerve-wracking because I like healthcare, so I don't see my mom as, I have to live up to this person. Nerve-wracking in the sense that I have to live up to the standard that she has set for me, because morally the standard is there. Talent-wise, the
Camera on.
talent-wise, the standard is there. So almost every day of my life, now that I've been in Nigeria now fully for 2 years since I finished uni, so I'm always like I have to, so it's nerve-wracking in terms that I have to actually meet up with the standard.
But I don't intimidate you, Sha.
No, you don't. That's
Was
why I
there
said
any
not
silent
intimidating.
pressure that I sing this well, I'm such a successful, why don't you sing?
No, I love healthcare. I can't relate to, bro. I like music, but
Where do you get the healthcare from your dad?
Yeah,
actually, I think so. Because
yeah.
my dad is a psychiatrist, and my grandma, which is my dad's mom, is also a medical doctor. And I wanted to be a pediatrician, and I now did psychology with counseling. So
You know, you guys are so cute. You finish each other's sentences like,
she guys, let me expose this babe. This babe is not romantic at all. She does not like
We know.
love for me.
or not.
Yeah, go back, go and sit
No,
down.
this is my right. You said we came to this world to dominate. Leave me.
Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend. We are super proud. We are super honored. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
And just so you know, if you are a super lion or super lioness, that's people who finish from the University of Nigeria. Like myself and like Waje.
yeah.
We are dominating and we are ruling the world.
Yeah.
A round of applause. Words aren't just enough.
Thank you. And it would be unfair for me to come and not sell my market. So I just released a single. I don't know when this is airing, but I just released a single, Lovey Lovey, with KC. And guys, do support me, go stream, and more music is coming, and I'm really excited about it.
Interesting. Follow her on social media.
Official Waje.
Official Waje.
yes.
Mona first go bombard her Instagram. Make sure you know say love
Just
day.
type dominate.
Dominate. Love. Make sure you know say
I love it.
our community is strong.
Yes. And
Thank
shout
you
out
so
to your
much.
community. Una full ground.
Thank
Much
you
love,
so
they
much.
worry you.
Thank you so much. We are so honored. Thank you.
Thank you
A
so
round of
much.
applause for the legend.